Before I say anything, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Elephant Pick. This is, I even lost count of the episodes, but however, this is a special episode. All the episodes are special, but this one's very special because this is the first artist that has done 2 Elephant Pick episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Shimmy Choo in the building. Shimmy Choo, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yes, Shimmy Choo, what up, my brother?
Chilling, bro. Thank you for having me.
Man, you are back.
Yes, sir.
You are back. You're the, like I said, you're the first artist to come back, and I know there's a lot of things that we discussed. What was it? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
3 years ago already? 4 years ago?
Roughly,
wow.
Yeah, like 4 years ago. That we got to discuss again.
For real.
Because you know things change.
Of course.
So I'm excited to talk about these things with you. But Shimmy, introduce yourself to the people. Let the people know who you are.
Well, I'm Shimmy Choo. Upcoming artist. I mean, do I consider myself an upcoming artist?
You consider yourself an underdog, I know that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, just an artist from New York, born and raised in Dykeman. Doing this music for 8 years now, going crazy, dropping music, dropping singles, tours. You name it, I've done it, I'm there, you know, showing face.
Okay. So, I wouldn't say just another artist, because I think one thing that I really enjoy about listening to your music and your craft is your style. You have a very unique style, and it's something that you've stuck to.
Yeah, I stuck
over
with
the
it,
years. But let's dial it back a little bit, because I do want to talk about Dykeman later. I do want to talk about all this stuff. But let's talk about the actual name Shimmy Choo. I've asked you this question years ago, but I want to ask for the people, the new people that tune into Elephant Pick. Explain to the people Shimmy Choo. What was that?
All right, so Shimmy came from me back in the days, like used to dance and stuff, like just with the bros joking around.
Get light?
Yeah, like you know, just that New York, New York things, dancing.
You can curse, it's all right.
I bet. And New York shit, high school with the bros, So I would just shimmy. So I graduated out of high school. I started fucking with the music crazy, and then I said, yo, I need something that's gonna stick. Like that people could just type this and they could easily find me on Instagram or social media. So it was more of so Shimmy Choo was more of a marketing thing, like so people could find me easier. It's a name that you won't forget. So I put that on my Instagram and it just stuck with it. Everybody started calling me that. So throughout the years, everybody just called me, Shimmy Choo. So
okay, so like dancing in high school and stuff like that.
Yeah. But not like I wasn't a dancer. I was, joking around with the bros.
Okay.
The shoulder shimmy.
So you wasn't in the train talking about, I'ma just dance. What they say in the
showtime.
It's showtime. Every New Yorker knows as soon as they say showtime, it's here we go.
Yeah.
The kicks almost hitting your face, and you're like,
it was making it clear. It was none of that.
It was none of that.
Just with the bros, and it was like, yo.
Okay. So you kind of skated quickly through it, but the beginning of your musical career happened at the end of high school? I'm confused.
So I had friends in high school who was doing it, and they still doing it to this day. But I was always just not really telling people about it, or I was just to myself with it. But then until I graduated high school, and I guess I was just more of my own, on my own now. I was just getting to it, and then I was able to actually go to the studios and do the whole experimenting with it. So after that, it was just so then I stuck with it, because then I graduated high school 2013, so 2015, I'm already flying overseas on a tour. So it's like,
you can't just say that mad quick. Hold on. You can't just say, I'm going overseas on tour. I don't know. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about that. Was that the moment, I'm sorry, was that the moment that made you this is for real now?
Yeah. Because you could say, all right, so at that very moment, there was a time that I moved away from New York. I came back, and then I had some homies. They was rolling around with some other artists, and I just happened to, I guess, know the right people, and it was just right timing for me, because it was through a friend that I grew up with since little, and he introduced me to his uncles and them, and they had their situation. So when they heard my stuff, I was so young with it, but they heard it. They was like, yo, we see the potential, and you from the hood, you from the town, we're not, we're gonna show it love at the end of the day. So when that came about, that was when everything just happened for me. I started doing the music, but they was the one who yo, come with us. We going over here, we going on tour. So, but it was only me, like, since I graduated high school in 2013, it was basically like those 2 years, it was just like, I guess me finding myself, etc. Like in and out the studios. I wasn't even dropping things. I was just recording with people.
Just recording,
just
but
recording,
not dropping?
but not dropping nothing. Not dropping, just recording, experimenting. And then until 2015, that's when I dropped like my first record. So that was like,
okay. So that was the moment.
Yeah.
So can you explain the overseas
situation?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that was just like anybody's dream at the moment, you know. And it's like you said, like how you go from high school to like boom to that right away, and it's just like. Cause that's really like low key how it was, you know. Time flies already, and it was just like at that moment you could say I skipped every and any step anybody had to go through to get to even to that level to be able to be like, oh, I performed at the O2 Arena, opened up for G Unit, etc., etc. So it was just like looking back at that moment, I was like, yo, I really just skipped every single step you could think about.
Like, people have long careers and never get to do those type of
exactly
things.
So it was just a matter of a moment, cause like I started thinking, you know how they be artists who like they start making music in a couple months, boom, then they blow up. So it's like at that moment it was just like kind of fast for me. Like that was just, I'm just making music, then boom, I get with these people. The next thing you know, I'm like touching a whole nother country. So it was just like that's all I needed to keep it going, you know.
Okay, so that was the moment that you would say, yo, like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go with this as far as I can.
Facts.
So just to dial it back a little bit once again, last time we had a conversation on Elephant Pick, you had the what they call it on Instagram, the clap clap boom dreads, the braids. You had the braids hanging off the side,
the little braids.
You got the hair out regular now.
Yeah, I was tied up.
You know, okay.
Braids tied up.
Still got the long hair.
Yeah.
So I know there's been a lot of changes, and I want to talk about those changes. But to be honest with you, I don't even know exactly where to begin. What would you say is the biggest change from Shimmy Choo then to Shimmy Choo now?
Just more organized with my things, you know. Like I was just like, maybe at that time I was just like, I'm always doing too much, but not like in a way that people are looking, oh, he's doing too much, because I stick to myself. But I'm always like working for this. So, but it was just, I was trying to do everything and anything to help me get to that.
In what sense? You gotta give me
like
some
shows, or I gotta be here, I gotta be there, I gotta drop music here, so I was just like spending money, or you just dropping records just to drop records, or you just doing this off of impulse because you just want to do it. So then I was like, I can't really be doing that no more. I gotta fall back and organize it. I gotta structure my stuff more. I gotta, how we gonna drop these records, how we gonna push them, how we gonna play them, how it's gonna sound after this mix. So it's more of a like a, cause it really is a marathon. It's not really like, see, before my mentality was I had to drop music, I had to do this, I had to do that, and just focus my life on that. And I was like, nah, I gotta balance it. I gotta focus on me as well. Cause if I'm not right, then how can I focus on my music and really create like good music that makes sense at the end of the day.
Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah.
If I could put it in one word, would you say calculated?
Yes.
And much more calculated.
Yeah, disciplined, calculated. I like that word, calculated.
Yeah, because I do see that, because you're not the type of person that's dropping 24/7. But when you do drop content, period, doesn't necessarily have to be music, but content, period, like it gets more engagement.
Of course.
Can you talk a little bit more about the importance of social media for an artist right now to blow up, and like the importance of Instagram and all that stuff? And also, I want to take it a step further after you answer that question and talk about like TikToks and stuff like that. But you can.
It's just like social media presence is everything. It's just, you're putting in like, okay, let's say you got 10,000 followers, but here you go, post some fire content or fire picture. You go boost it, put some money behind the post. Check the insights now. 100,000 people seen that one picture. Whether the engagement is not all the way there, for me, I believe as long as people is watching it and they aware and they seeing it, because they're gonna tell you in the analytics how long they staring at it, how long do they watch it for, how long do they like press it for. So it's like, it's important, because it's like me, when I drop my music, I get to see like where it's streaming more, so I could really focus on that part, or how many people are sending it to each other, so I can know, all right, so people are actually
There's a discussion about it.
Yeah, because it's also me, like, as an artist, it's good for us to look at, like, what's going on, because you don't want to, like, it's like you drop something that you don't see it emotion, you be like, oh man, but when you go and you posting content and you see that as emotion and you promoting the music behind it, it's like, all right, people's tapping in, people's watching, you know, streams going up, you noticing, so it's very important.
So it's extremely important to build yourself. Like it's pretty much a necessity at this point for any artist to blow up. They have to have a strong social media following. Would you say?
Not really much a following, but you could say a presence. But yeah, like a presence, like, because sometimes you don't got like my fault. You don't need the 2 million followers or the million followers or 100,000 or 50,000 to get stuff in motion for you or get stuff going for you. Cause I have 25,000 followers.
Ooh, he was lying. He meant 20, y'all.
20 something. And it's just, you know, like little by little it's growing. People are tapping in, but sometimes all you need is a loyal 1,000 people to like rock with you, and that's how just everything start flowing, getting in motion. That's enough so you can start selling your merch. That's enough for people to start streaming and putting other people on. That's enough for you to do your shows, sell your ticket. Like, so you know, it's always starting somewhere. So
I like the way that you're speaking right now, because that's exactly one thing and I'm glad, because this is gonna definitely be a moment that I put on all the social media, because I think a lot of artists, they want to hit the home run without knowing how to even get a single.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but they want to hit the home run. They want to get the 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, not understanding what their crowd wants and how to cater to that crowd and cultivate that crowd. And I think that's really dope that you said that. Now I want to talk about TikTok. A lot of artists are becoming one-hit wonders, or they become social media popping, and they're not even popping in real life because they think because their song is doing okay on TikTok or is doing well on TikTok that it makes a difference. Now, how do artists? I'm trying to figure out how to word this. What is the best way? Because I feel like a lot of people do records now in order for it to get popping on TikTok. Yeah. Like, do you agree with that? How do you feel about that?
If it works, it works, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. If it works, it works. If it's bringing you a bag, getting you the notoriety you need, and if it's changing your life and your situation, it's taking care of your family, then like, why not? Like it worked.
So, you know, a lot of people call these artists like gimmicky kind of artists. They're like, fuck it, if it works, it works.
Yeah, but I feel like the part that people don't see.
Where's the fine line?
I feel like the part that people don't see about it is this. Like, yeah, you just seen that artist, but sometimes some of them artists, I'm pretty sure they've been grinding for a long time too. Like, and you just heard of them because you just seen them on TikTok. So it's like, that's why I don't really say much about it because I know my journey, and I know it hasn't been easy, and I'm pretty sure that anybody else's journey hasn't been the easiest as well. So it's like, I respect it. Like I said, if it gets you paid and bring you a bag and it change the situation, then why not?
Hey, you got a point. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. So, what would you say are, because you said you're more calculated now.
Yeah.
But what would you say are some of the bigger career changes in your life, like the actual changes in your career since we last spoke?
It was just creating the better records, just building the bigger relationships, just being in them rooms with them people that I never thought I'd be in, and you know, just grabbing knowledge and information, because that's really the key, just being able to be in them rooms and grab all the information. Like, you be able, I could take this and put it towards my music, and just more or less just even moving forward, creating. 2020 I started dropping singles. 2021 was dropping singles as well with videos. So it was like, I always kept myself just working and never focus on the moment or, damn, like I dropped that, it didn't work. All right, let's go, let's keep working, let's keep pushing, I never found myself to just stop and just be like, all right, nothing is working. Nah, let's keep it going. Like, I'm gonna keep pushing it.
So it kind of leads to my next question. The first time we spoke, Underdog 1 was the album you were promoting. Yes,
Underdog 1.
Now you're up to Underdog 3. Yes. Underdog 3. So now explain to me the thought process of each Underdog, and where were you, and you know, where do you want to go with it? And for those to be clear, explain what Underdog is.
All right, so Underdog is just a title that I picked for a series of projects I dropped. I have 3 parts of them out. So Underdog 1, I recorded that I dropped that 2017 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I actually went on, that was the project that got me to go on tour to Brazil. Cause a promoter heard it and he was like, yo, this is hard. Like I need to bring this kid out here to Brazil. So that's how I got my tour to Brazil. So I toured with that whole project and then I came back and 2019, I dropped Underdog 2. That's when I had Snoopy on the project. I had Cuban Smoke, which is the record that I recorded in Cuba, that I wrote when I was in Cuba on vacation with the bros. So it was just like the growth overall from those projects, and Fresh produced both of those projects. Shout out to Fresh as well. So now pushing forward to Underdog 3, it was just, I was in a different space. Like, I just felt like it's like my time still, you know, it's Underdog, but I'm still being overlooked, but I'm still working, I'm still posting, I'm still showing people that I'm still here. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for me at the end of the day. It's what makes me happy, keeps me out the way, keeps me out of trouble. I'm on my business. I do what I do with it, and I don't bother nobody. You feel me? So
pretty much, all three had the same kind of feeling. Like, yo, I'm the underdog, and I'm here because it's my time.
Yeah, but Underdog 3 was more like, all right, like you hear the records, like y'all hear the features I got on it. You see the quality. Like I'm dropping video, y'all see what is going on. Y'all see the movement. Y'all see how I'm moving around. Y'all hear the records. Y'all hear the improvement. I was in a different, I'm in a different space. Shout out to Final One. He makes everything. Shout out to
Sounds
Matt.
really good sonically.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt Cody. He makes Spiritual. And shout out to all the producers who's on it as well. It was just like, that was just me putting the footwork. You know, that footwork created those records. Me being here in this studio, going here to this studio, putting up with this producer, recording here. But finally, at the end of the day, is the engineer who's pulling up with me or touching it at the end of the day, you know. So it was like,
and I know the relationship between an artist and an engineer is very important, because you know that they give you that unique sound. So now, if I'm listening to radio casually or whatever, and I hear Shimmy's voice, I know Shimmy's voice, I know Shimmy's style, so I can tell, yo, that's Shimmy, and that's something, that's a chemistry that you built up with
my engineer,
yeah. So I think that's really dope. Now let's talk about Underdog 3. You're very picky with your features.
Yes.
But that's been consistent throughout all the Underdogs.
Yeah.
Right? And you had an album before the Underdogs.
Back to My Time Zone. That was the one that I dropped after I came back from London.
Okay, see, I remember that.
So I got like 4 projects. Well, 4 projects.
Technically, yes, 4 projects.
4 projects out.
3 Underdogs.
3 Underdogs.
Yes. So, but yeah, Underdog 3, you have a feature with Kiko El Crazy.
Yeah, that's the bro.
And it's would you consider it like a drill type record?
Yeah. But the way that Roy produced it and Kaz, they went crazy on the production, so it don't even sound like a drill type of record, but then it is. But it really sounds like a Spanish type of drill. I don't know. It sounds different.
Like a blend.
It's like a blend, but it's not really drill all the way.
You're speaking English and Spanish.
It was just one of those.
So explain how that came about.
So shout out to Kiko. That's the bro. I've been knowing him for a couple years. We actually had the dreads and stuff. So I met him through a family member of mine. Shout out to my bro Kev. He's the one that introduced it and still handle a lot of things with it to make it happen too. The song. So we ended up recording the record. We always speaking throughout the years, bro, when you come to New York, he always been in DR. When you come to, we used to FaceTime. And that's when I was dropping Underdog 1, Underdog 2. We was already tapping in. So when I dropped, so then when he came to New York and we chopping it up, he was like, yo, when I go to New York, we gonna record. I said, yo, bet, let's do it. And he's the one of the few person that actually hits me up and tell me yo, bro, don't let up, bro. Keep your foot on these people's neck. You got it, bro. And for somebody to be in that position here and to still be so humble enough to even call me to, yo, bro, pull up on me and still have a conversation with me, because he know what it is, you feel me? And he come from DR with it, so he had it way worse than I did, you feel me?
Yeah.
So we recorded the record and it was just a vibe. Finals was there, the whole team was there. I ended up jumping on the record first. Bro pulled up. We ended up going to moving to another room, and then we moved back to the big room. It was just mad people with it. It was a vibe. It was just crazy. We recorded a record, and then that came about Alto Rango.
Well, what do you? Are you an artist that likes a lot of people in the studio while you record, or you don't like? You only all right, these are the essential people that I need.
Usually I'm alone with like 1 or 2, 3 people, but you know, there be times like when you just want to create that vibe. Sometimes you don't even control it. It'll be you invite the bros and I could say the cameraman come. Now the cameraman coming with somebody. The bros come in, but he coming with somebody else. Now I got my other people who do this and they come in with somebody else. So next, or the producers come in with the other producers. So next thing you know, it's like 10, 12 people in the room, and then bro pulling up with his people too. So it was just like.
Are you able to focus with that?
Of course, cause it's like we work on any element. Like this is like, and sometimes that be the vibes too. Cause everybody there, everybody like. Feel me, los tigres están ahí, you there, we chilling, everybody just smoking, drinking, having a good time, and they get to be in a room with somebody, you know, who they see on social media, who got a big following, who already in their position, and it just makes everybody feel like, you know, like we just all regular people, we here, we just all vibing, and nobody forget the moments too, so I don't mind when people come around.
Interesting, dope, because I know there's also artists that's like, I need it to be like.
Of course, it's focus mode, like, you know, it's time that you just come, literally 1 or 2 people, and you there for hours and nobody knows. I don't even post when I'm in, but in some session, you know, we bring the vibe out. So.
Okay, so you're able to do either or.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from Shimmy Choo going on? Like what projects can we expect? What videos can we expect? What can we expect?
Right now, Underdog 3, I'ma still keep going crazy with that. I shot a couple videos for Underdog.
Let people know where they can find.
So yeah, they could go to YouTube, Shimmy Choo. Exclusive is out now. You could go tap in Underdog 3, and I'm dropping I'm thinking every month, just drop a video every month. Everybody keeps saying like, yo, do it every other week a video, but I can't really do that.
It's oversaturating.
So, yeah, so every month is fine because like I'm still pushing the project with the videos. Keep people still watching.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like I got a little next. So for the next 6 months, my focus is Underdog 3 with the videos and just
you got a
keep
plan.
That.
You're calculated with it.
Yeah, because like I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just drop this project with good records and forget that I got these good records that could actually change situations, and I'm just can't forget about it. Like I gotta, take my time because records take time to go. So I can't just drop it. Oh, a month or 2, ain't nothing happen. But let's say I drop it and I got 6 to 8 months pushing this. It takes up to a year sometimes. I heard.
Fetty Wap's Trap Queen took over a year to pop.
That's what I hear. Like a lot of records takes a little while.
It definitely takes time. So, Shimmy, before we let you go, I just want to thank you again for coming back.
Thank you, bro. We here.
Part 2. Is there anything that maybe I missed that you want to talk about, or I just want to make sure I
shout out to all the artists on Underdog 3. Shout out to Lights. I met him through Steph Cakes as well. Shout out to Benzo from Chicle and them, Echo's family. Shout out to Lido 100. Shout out to all the producers on the project, Roy, Wesh, Run It Up Day. Damn, I'm missing anybody? Final Ones. Shout out to the designers too of the artwork, because they've been designing my stuff for years. The same two guys, they've been designing my same things. So just shout out to them, bro, and shout out to everybody who was a part of it, all the bros who've been around me, and shout out to you too, bro, for bringing me on your platform.
No, absolutely, brother, and it's always love. Shimmy Choo from Dykeman, right?
Yes, sir.
Shimmy Choo from Dykeman.
But also, from NYC too, bro.
Yes.
I represent Dykeman. That's why I'm born and raised. But it's bigger than that. Because when I go to these other countries, I'm from New York.
Yep.
And then when we get into details of where I'm from, I'm from Dykeman. I'm from here. So
I gotta ask you the question again. I asked you this a couple years ago, and I gotta ask you again. Is there a difference between somebody from the Heights and somebody from Dykeman?
Nah, everybody united now.
Everybody united now?
Chilling. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really politic with the bullshit. Nah. Everybody good though, bro. Honestly,
everybody's good.
Everybody confused it. Everybody confused it.
But that's what I'm saying. To make it
clear. Me, I'm from Dykeman, so we. If you ask somebody from me, I'm from Dykeman, I'm gonna say, nah, we not the same. You gonna ask somebody from the Heights, they gonna say, nah, we 2 different places. Somebody else gonna be like, somebody from the Bronx might be like, oh yeah, that's all the same thing.
Yeah.
But people from the actual neighborhoods, we know what separates us, like the avenues and stuff. But
can you make that clear? Because a lot of people don't understand that. That the Dykeman is not a whole area, it is a street. Can you make that clear?
Dykeman is Dykeman Street. From the train station, from the highway?
I would say from the highway.
From the FDR exit to the west side, right to the Marina. That's Dykeman Street, right? And then They just named the whole neighborhood.
The whole Inwood, because
it's really Inwood.
Is so. Go ahead.
If you want to be technical, the Heights ends all the way up to like Thayer, and then it's Dyckman Street, and that, you know, divides it into like Inwood and the Heights. But most of the blocks from like Thayer, Arden, Sickles, Elwood are really
connected to the Heights. Yeah.
To the Dyckman blocks.
So just to be clear, if we could put this in one final put to rest a statement about making it clear about what Dyckman is and what the Heights is, can you make it clear to the people one more last time? The difference between Dyckman and Washington Heights.
It's just two different places, you know? Like,
one is a street.
And Washington Heights is really like a whole...
It's a whole area.
It's a whole area, yeah.
Yes, okay, just to make that clear. But we love both equally.
Yeah, we love everybody.
And we love New York City, period. Shimmy.
Yes, sir.
Before I let you go, I know I've been asking you a bunch of questions, but I gotta ask you for one last thing.
Let's get it.
I need a freestyle. I need something.
Let's do it.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Shimmy Choo, ladies and gentlemen. Elephant Pick, and we out this bitch. Peace. What's up, brother?
Thank you, bro.